In this video, I'm going to demonstrate training neuroplasticity. Now, to have a neuroplastic effect on motor units and the nervous system, there are a few rules. One is the activity or movement pattern must be new to you. You are no good at it, and that it poses a challenge to you. Now, any movement pattern, or to give it its scientific name, motor program, that is pre-established has little or no effect to training motor units, neuromuscular pathways, and there's no neuroplastic effect. Yesterday, while I was at work on the computer, I go through the news, and there was one article that caught my eye, because I'm always looking for new motor patterns to train neuroplasticity with, because of course once you become good at something, you need to move on to something else because it no longer has the correct effect. Now, there was this little boy, he's about 8-10 years old, from Asia, and he's balancing on a ball. Little dude is balancing on a ball, juggling 3 balls, and sets a new world record at 61 minutes, having never done this before. I thought I'll give this a go. Now, I did this for the very first time yesterday. I'm going to use my medicine ball. Now, when you get up, when you try something like this, I recommend that for the first time you try, you've got a wall, something that you can hold on to. And then what you do is you let go of the wall. Every time you feel you're losing your balance, grab back hold of the wall. And after a while, you'll be able to do it for longer periods of time. And I've got reasonably good balance for an older dude anyway. But you see what I mean with this neuroplasticity. Now, of course, once I reach a point, because I'm going to keep playing with this, I'm always playing with movements. Once I reach a point in time where I can balance on that ball for 1 minute uninterrupted, of course, I've then established a new motor program and the neuroplasticity effect is lost. Here's one that I was playing with and I've kind of gained some level of mastery over. I'm twirling nunchuckers. Let me move the camera back a little so you can see. I'm twirling nunchuckers whilst standing one-legged on a balancing board. Now, the trick to, really, it looks difficult, but it's really simple. It's just a matter of placing your foot properly so that your centre of balance is over the board. And then you're just using proprioception and correction each time you twirl the nunchuckers to maintain balance. Now I can pretty much do this, for about a minute non-stop. And then when you master that on one side, switch over to the other side, and you'll find that when you switch sides, it's more difficult, but eventually you get the hang of that. And so then I moved on. I then I've got the ball, so I get onto the ball and balance, and this challenge is proprioception, balance, coordination, brain muscle corrections, motor units, sensory motor units, sensory motor neurons. that is neuroplasticity. Now, I recommend going into this lightly. Try, if you want to do anything like this, then what I would recommend that you do is to begin by standing on one leg and holding these poses. Improve your balance. Another one is the one-legged hip hinge. I'll show you that one from the side. When you can hold these positions for about a minute or more, and then you could, to make it more challenging on balance, add a resistance band to that. When you can hold the position for a whole minute, this helps to gradually, this is how to do things like this. You're building up gradually, improving your balance. Another thing that I do, I don't have the bag, but I'll go up onto one leg, kick the bag, keeping my leg off the floor, kick the bag, kick the bag. You can even do it just like this in the room without a bag. But you're getting used to moving around on one leg. And all of this will improve your balance, and then you can step up to balancing on a stability ball, balancing on a Bosu ball or stability board. And one that I've been working on a lot recently, this one is really good for neuroplasticity. And it's really difficult. This is probably why this is so good for neuroplasticity. And that is this one, where I balance on a ball and try to juggle 3 balls. Not easy. I've been doing this one for a while, and you know, this has taken me some months, you know, and I still can't even do that for a whole minute without dropping the balls. So training neuroplasticity. Training neuroplasticity is food for the brain. When we are younger, we tend to learn new movement patterns all the time. Then we reach a certain age and we just stop. We get set in our ways, we get set in our routines. Sometimes when you're in your 20s, you might take up a new sport, a new hobby. Neuroplasticity comes into effect while you're learning new movement patterns. But pretty much, you know, once we've gone beyond adolescence or our early 20s, for most people, neuroplasticity stops in terms of motor learning. You can also get the neuroplastic effect from learning a musical instrument, studying a language, but I'm talking about neuroplasticity here in this video in a motor sense. So try training neuroplasticity for longevity.